If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, you're eating clean, you're managing stress, moving your body gently when you can, but your symptoms still won't budge, this episode is for you. Because here's something I wish someone had told me years ago. When your body doesn't feel safe to change, it won't. Not because you're broken, not because you're not trying hard enough, but because deep down your nervous system might have decided that staying the same, even if it sucks, is safer than the unknown. And that's not something you can fix with another supplement, another protocol, or a stricter routine. That's mindset work. And not the fluffy, just think positive kind. I'm talking about the unconscious patterns we carry from years of medical gaslighting, from fear, from the constant sense that our bodies are unpredictable or unreliable. So if you're tired of surface level solutions, stick with me. We're going deeper today. Welcome back to the show. Hi, I'm Kate. Let me take you back for a moment. I was diagnosed with MS in 2005, and for a long time, I did what most people do. I followed the rules, took the meds, tried to stay positive, ate better, tried harder, but something always felt off, like I was running into this invisible wall. Some days I could do all the things and still feel like my body was screaming at me, nope, not today. And it finally hit me. This wasn't just physical. It was emotional, mental, subconscious. I wasn't just fighting symptoms. I was fighting fear. Fear of getting worse. Fear of missing out. Fear of what would happen if I couldn't keep up. Fear that maybe this was just how my life would be now. And when that kind of fear goes unaddressed, it keeps your nervous system locked in survival mode. This is why I created the MS Mindset series, because until we deal with that wiring, we're just layering strategies on top of resistance. And who has the energy for that? Here's the first truth I share inside the series, and when I say it, people pause. Your body doesn't chase healing, it chases safety. You might want to feel better, you might be trying everything consciously, but your unconscious mind, your nervous system, is constantly asking one question: is this safe? And if you've been through trauma, if you've been dismissed by doctors, if you've been told this is just how it is now, your brain and body might have quietly decided that better equals dangerous, even if that's not true. It's like you're driving with one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. You're doing everything you can to move forward, but your nervous system is bracing and saying, hold up, we don't know what happens next. And that's the real reason why so many women feel stuck with MS. It's not a lack of discipline. It's not a lack of willpower. It's protective wiring. And the good news is, wiring can be rewritten. Another big shift we explore in this series is this: not everything you think is yours. Let that land. Not everything you think is yours. Because most of us were carrying around a whole lot of mental baggage that didn't even start with us. Thoughts like, you're going to get worse, or be grateful it's not more aggressive, or this is just how MS goes. Whose voice is that? Because I tell you, a lot of the stories we're living out started with someone else's opinion. I remember when I was growing up, the belief in my family was that if there's something wrong with you, you just go to the doctor and the doctor will fix it. And so after my diagnosis, that's exactly what I did. I went to the hospital, immediately was rushed into urgent care and admitted into the hospital, which I wasn't expecting. I just thought that I had some numbness. And the doctor said to me a few days later, I'm diagnosing you with MS. I was 22 years old. I had no idea what that meant. But that story started playing for me then and just continued year after year after that, because I went to doctor's office after doctor's office and got the same message. There was fear driven in. And it's not that the doctor was trying to scare me. These messages often come from a well-meaning doctor or a support group post or a friend who's trying to comfort you, but it actually can trigger more fear in the process. And over time, those stories become our lens. We expect the flare up. We brace for the bad news. We assume the worst. I remember going through a phase of my journey as well where I thought being an MS warrior was the only battle that I could fight, was the best defense mechanism that I had here. I thought I will fight my body and I'll raise money for the MS Society, which is the society that I thought was out to help, was going to come up with a cure and come and rescue me, essentially. And looking back later, I realized that, first of all, I'd been waiting for someone outside of myself to come save me all this time. And if I was ever going to get better, that was up to me. The internal dialogue needed to change so that could be possible. And so when I started to shift that and started to focus on getting better, things started to change. And the lens that I'd been looking through before shifted as well. And I started to see other possibilities, other opportunities. Because when we're so focused on this is the only way things can go, we don't see these other things. So what if those stories aren't yours to carry anymore? That's what we unpack inside this series. It's not pretending symptoms don't exist, but to rewrite the unconscious beliefs that might be keeping them alive. So what does this shift actually look like in real life? Let me tell you about one woman in the series. She told me even on good days, I still wait for the crash. She wasn't enjoying the better moments because she was bracing for the next bad one. We worked together on one of the audio prompts where I guided her to notice where fear lived in her body. And she messaged me the next day, and this is what she said. For the first time in years, I didn't wake up bracing for the worst. I actually felt calm. This is what happens when your body starts to believe it's safe to change. It doesn't mean every day is perfect. It doesn't mean symptoms disappear overnight, but it does mean you stop living in defense mode. You stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. You start believing, maybe your story isn't finished. And so if any of this stirred something in you, if there's a little whisper inside saying this is what I've been missing, I want to invite you to join me. The Rewrite Your MS Story Mindset series is open now. It's 14 days of short but powerful audio drops, journal prompts, and belief-shifting truths that help you gently rewire the patterns keeping your body in protection mode. It's not a course. It's not a protocol. It's a nervous system reset for your beliefs. And it's just $17. Because I don't believe this work should be out of reach for anybody. I'll share the link to download this series in the show notes. And just remember, you are not broken. Your body is not your enemy. And this story is still being written. Let's write it together. Thanks for listening to Limitless Health Podcast. I'm Kate McDowell, and I'll see you in the series.